Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit about how we decided to, do Rocksmith with Audrey and Kate. I think I might have told you guys a little bit about how my husband and I, we spent a lot of time playing things like Guitar Hero and other things like that. And really enjoyed a lot of that environment of gaming. We're big gamers. He really likes pretty much anything, but is primarily a PlayStation person. I primarily am a Nintendo fan. My biggest favorite games are Animal Crossing and Diablo, probably, and Warcraft. Not World of Warcraft, Warcraft. Like Warcraft 2 and 3, very good games. So he likes, the classics, Zelda and Dragon Quest, and he also really enjoys playing anything where you get to shoot the heck out of a bunch of zombies. He loves that. So, but we also loved playing music games. So when we saw, he knew, and he always was begging and hoping that they'd come out with a game where you could actually learn how to play an instrument from it. So when Rocksmith was being discussed as being in the works, he was very excited, and he knew the minute it was coming out that he was going to get it. The day it comes out, we have it in our house. We're there playing, and he, started playing it, and he thought, Audrey at the time was 8 years old. Kate was only 3. And he thought, wouldn't it be fun to have her just try? We have it here. Why don't we just try together as a family and have fun with it? So we're looking at that. And, the first big challenge is, do we get a guitar that's specifically small for her? And we were like, that seems like a waste of money. So let's just have her use the one that we have. And even though it was way bigger than she is, we're just like, she'll figure it out. Kids learn things very quickly. So we had her start playing. We all three played together, and very quickly it was very obvious my abilities were not that great, so I gave up very quickly. But Masa and Audrey, would have sort of back and forths where he tried, on purpose to not play very well, so that she would get a better score, so that she'd feel more excited about playing, and kept going forward. But then as months passed, he wasn't pretending anymore. She was actually just better than him. and it kind of just kept going that way. And in the beginning, when Rocksmith first came out, we were a big part of the community online, and they'd have weekly challenges for songs and kind of like a competition to see how people did. And we started off with that, and she was starting in the lowest level, doing her entries, and we had a lot of fun with that. And it was really helpful because the game itself is also, had a really great format in the beginning with these songs that they kind of guide you to play in the beginning. And, we pushed through those and had her try to do better and get better scores, and to use the games that were in it. She played those a lot to help herself improve, and, used riff repeater to slow down songs that we were doing that were hard. But definitely by the time that was kind of all done, the being able to be in the community and to have those weekly challenges really gave us like a focus of something to do for her, so that we could have her, okay, this week we're going to really work hard on this song. And it was just exciting to see her improve so much through that. Now, there were many tears shed, and it was hard sometimes, and it didn't always come easy, and she had, it was hard in the beginning to get used to and moving her hands, and we just let her just go at it naturally. We weren't ever like, okay, neither of us are professionally trained musicians, and we heard a lot of people complaining, because everybody likes to complain. Lots of people were complaining, oh, you're not playing it right, she's not holding the guitar right, her fingers aren't moving the right way. We didn't care. We wanted her to just be free, to have fun. And I think sometimes the biggest buzzkill for anything that you learn is when people come in and tell you the right and wrong way to do stuff too much, studying art, I always felt that way too. People coming in harassing you, that's not the right way to draw. It's the first thing to make you hate it. Same thing with math. Everybody learn math the same way? No, some people learn math very differently. If you can find the right way to get to them to understand it the way that they're seeing it, then they won't hate it. The minute somebody hates something, they completely lose interest. They have no confidence, And that's just the biggest buzzkill. So we were really trying to just give her an environment to just figure it out, let her hands figure it out. And, yeah, on top of that, we live way out in the boonies. It would have taken us probably an hour or 2 hours to drive to meet a teacher, to have her learn from a teacher. We don't have that kind of time. We didn't have that kind of money. But it also sort of became a point of, pride for us, especially for my husband, because he really wanted it to be a strictly game learning experience. And, luckily, too, we weren't in the vicinity to have easy access to other learning tools, so we just kept going. And if you watch, you'll know from her progression of how, I know according to the classically trained people out there, you'll cringe at some of the ways that she did things, but as she's gotten more and more familiar with it, she's worked it out. And I think, if something is the traditionally trained way of doing something, I think you'll get there naturally anyway. So, and she did, and that made us really happy because she could figure that path out on her own and never feel like she was, being told that she's not doing it right and start over, she had many a moment of that anyway, because it was hard to figure out, to get things right, to get used to it. But she figured her own way. And I think, and the entire time it was fun, and that was really important to us. So we made sure to keep with that strategy, by the time that she'd gotten pretty good with those weekly challenges in the community, we focused more on her just playing guitar. And then as she was doing this, you'll notice, Kate was sometimes just always in the background sleeping. Sometimes she'd do some really funky dances with Audrey. You could tell she really felt music in a way that even Audrey didn't really feel music that way. It was a little, they're very different in the way that they approach music, and Kate just sort of moved naturally to it and started, singing along and making stuff up. And then if you've seen the videos, you've seen the video of them doing, the war ensemble song, and, Kate just out of nowhere started doing that. And it wasn't really because we'd shown her the video before. We didn't spend all of our, we're not huge heavy metal fans. It's not like we'd, had that video on repeat in our household for her to know how that song sounds. She just got it and just went for it. And that video took off and let us get into a place where we were really, excited about doing more videos. And Masa busts it out and gets all those videos done at an insane rate of what they're doing. But basically, they don't, it's not like they're practicing nonstop all day. Our general schedule is, they wake up in the morning and they play maybe 3 or 4 songs while I make breakfast. Then they go, when they were still in school, they'd go to school. Audrey studies at home, of course, but then they come home and then they'd play again together a little bit, or separately on their own instruments. Kate was wanting to focus on guitar and bass, and Audrey was doing guitar and bass too. And then later, Audrey added lefty to that too. So in overall time, on a school day, on a normal weekday, maybe they practice for about an hour, maybe. But on the weekends, we, do more stuff and add in more time with that. But it's just about always doing a little bit every day. I think if you feel like, I got to have 30 minutes or an hour every day, how am I going to have that? That's, if you think about that, it's too discouraging already. If you just say, I'm just going to play one song every day and not ever falter from that, that's the key. The minute you stop, it's so hard to go back. That's something we all know. If you've ever faced the dilemma, if you were doubting if you wanted to jump right into college, or if you wanted to start off with a job for a little while or take a year off. Some people really recommend that. Other people say it's the most worst experience you could do, because the minute you stop the flow of learning, it's really hard to go back. So, we really made it so that this is something that they both do every single day. If they have a cold, they still play at least one song. We're not evil people pressuring them to do it if they're throwing up and have a fever, but on those days they feel weird if they haven't played, because it's just part of something that they do. And anything is like that. Anything you want to learn, anything you want to do, if you do it and you follow through and you have it where you do it every day, always, just like brushing your teeth, and putting your pajamas on every day, those are things you don't even think about, you know. It's sort of like that for them. So we're really excited to see them both, you know. Later on, when Kate was about 6, I think, is when we started her. So she was a couple of years younger than Audrey was. But again, we were like, oh, you know, we started out with a really big base, and it was way too big for her. And we were very lucky and grateful because a fan had contacted the people at Sweetwater and had asked for them to consider getting the U-based Kate, and we got that, which is an amazing gift. And that made, you know, Kate's experience a little, you know, when she was so small, a lot easier, because it was a lot tinier for her and easier for her to handle. But you know, she can handle the regular size one now just fine too. So we've definitely really enjoyed getting to be a part of that. And the people at Rocksmith have always been very supportive of everything, and you know, we are very grateful because we get DLCs from them every week free. So I don't know if we're officially, like, you know, sponsored by them essentially, but not really. I mean, we do get, you know, free content though every week. So that's amazing, and they've been so supportive and really encouraging of everything that we've done. So that's sort of how Rocksmith happened, I guess. I don't know. I hope I covered everything. If you guys have any questions about how anything that they do or practice or anything, you just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer those for you guys. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.